We welcome today a very good friend and brother priest who has landed on something very, very exciting. Saint Nicholas Tele-Santa. You know, we had this conversation a while ago. So, Father Cosmas, let's go back a little bit. And for those who haven't seen the presentation and the previous interview, give us a little background about Tele-Santa. What exactly is this?
Father Chris, thank you again, and thank you for allowing us to come and speak about Tele-Santa, St. Nicholas Tele-Santa. And the program began about 2.5 years ago, and this is really our third Christmas that we're involved in. But the program began with a discussion on a Zoom call with brothers that graduated from our seminary at Holy Cross and Helena College. And one of the gentlemen that was speaking was talking about how he was upset that children were not able to go to department stores and malls and other places to visit and to have the interacting with Santa Claus that year that we had the pandemic in 2019 and 2020. Where we were not allowed to go out, and even churches were closed. So we were listening to his presentation, and it was just really wonderful that he had this idea to allow children, parents to call a Zoom call, and he would continue to interact with them and to give them their wish for Christmas, as he would always go out and play the role of Santa Claus. I thought it was just absolutely mind-blowing that this was a great idea. And I called him afterwards and I said, Peter, if you want some help, I'll help you. How can we get this thing going? And he said, well, let's start with just a few parishes. And I got a few of our brother priests to join us. And we had a total of about 112 presentations that year of 2020. 2020, then we started 2021, of course, right after Christmas 2020. 2021, we started moving our program a little deeper into trying to reach more children and families across the country. And we had an outreach towards all the metropolises, and we had a few of the metropolitans really step up and help us. And that year, we went to over 1,000 calls and interacting, and and we had a very special part where we connected to kids in the parochial schools and preschools. And we had a great outreach there, and including one USA Autism Center in New York. And we were really happy. So 2023, we're coming up to now, we have embarked on another part of our outreach ministry that we've grown, and thank you for helping so much, Father, and all your viewers. We went into a MailChimp program where we're reaching with a newsletter now, 2,500 people on our list right now. We welcome anybody to come and be part of that newsletter outreach. And we've had some wonderful, wonderful responses from it. And now we're at the point where we are looking at 18 parochial schools with preschools and U.S. autism centers this year. So our numbers are really looking good right now, and we've already scheduled from December the 6th until December the 23rd. We've got appointments with all these different schools, and we're doing it in a very orderly way with our volunteers that we have across the country. This year, we were able to do, and forgive me for rambling on, Father, but this year we had the opportunity to have a boot camp program for volunteers. We had men across the country Their priest suggested their names. We contacted them, and we found them to be of high quality, Christ-centered, Christ-loving people that want to share the incarnated Lord and the joy of Christmas with children that are not, that are not only not able to visit with Santa and St. Nicholas, but also in special situations. We've had 3 gentlemen that are really special because they offer special needs families an opportunity to have some people that are really qualified to talk to their kids in this beautiful manner. So we're really excited. We're really hoping that we will have more parents and more families connecting and registering on our website, stnicholas.telesanta.com.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the encouraging parents. You and I are a little bit older now. Our children have grown. We've had the conversations with our children about Santa. I don't know anyone in the world that hasn't heard about Santa Claus and the giving of gifts. I mean, every child sits and waits for those gifts. Talk with us for a moment about how to encourage parents to speak to their children about the idea of Santa Claus.
Well, Father, that's a great question, a great point, and we discussed it. Our executive committee sat for meeting after meeting discussing how we're going to, make that happen and make it into something that is, again, orthodox, because a lot of people have a lot of difficulty in dealing with the secular Santa Claus, because we all know Santa Claus came into existence with the Coca-Cola advertisements in the late early 1900s. But prior to that, it was always that beautiful image of St. Nicholas and of St. Basil and of a lot of the other saints of our church that ministered to children and to families in need. We took St. Nicholas as the centerpiece because we felt that the story of St. Nicholas is one that brings forth many disciples, and most of the people of the world know about St. Nicholas, whether it's in Europe or in other parts of the world. They've always used this wonderful image of St. Nicholas as that gift giver, that instrument of bringing cheer and love to families. So we went ahead and made our approach as in our icon. We have a beautiful icon that was developed for us by one of the world's best iconographers, Leonidas Diamandopoulos, and he did a wonderful icon where he has St. Nicholas and Santa Claus in front of a bag of joy, toys for children. And in the background, there is a beautiful icon, the scene of the Nativity, the incarnated Lord. And St. Nicholas is handing over the cross of Christ to Santa Claus, quote unquote. And he now becomes the new disciple of modern time to spread that cheer and joy. We hope that one day we'll have the ministry, Father Chris, go around the world. We have a lot of individuals that are joining our group, the volunteers, these Tele-Santas. They are Greek speaking. There are other languages that we are Spanish, and we're offering the ministry to anyone that wants to reach us at stnicholas.telesanta.com and sign up and register your family. And if it's a special needs or a special language, we'll make sure that you will receive that service.
Okay.
But I want to make sure that everybody understands this is free. There's no charge. There's no expense coming from anyone. It's a ministry of love that we're trying to share with people around the world.
Wonderful, Father Cosma. Is there any programming, let's say, outside of the one-on-one calls that you do?
Well, we right now are offering this training to the gentlemen and men that want to join our discipleship, and they will be available for local parishes to have them come for breakfast with Santa or any kind of social outreach that the parish would like to have. Plus, we will have down the road through our networking and through the registering of the families, we'll know the child's name day, birthday, and we'll have contact with the children all year long to share the joy of the spirit of Christmas all year long with children and the outreach. Yes.
Fantastic, Father. You and I go back several decades, and you have always been someone who has an inquisitive mind and a mind that wants to put things into action. Everybody has ideas, but the success comes in the execution of those ideas, and God has granted you that ability to do it. Let me ask you this. What's the process for, let's say I want to volunteer, I want to help the Tele-Santa program. How can I volunteer, Father?
St. Nicholas Tele-Santa.com, there is a volunteer section, and we can we'll reach out to you. But there's one prerequisite that we have, Father, and I want everyone to understand this, that this is a ministry of the church. It's a ministry of serving Christ, and we would like to have every volunteer be connected to a pastor, to a priest in his local community, so that the priest will vouch and make sure that everything is up and up, that we have the right personnel reaching out to our children. We're very, very committed to that. Our board is constantly requesting from me, all kinds of documents of individuals and people. So we want to have everyone given the blessing by their local parish priest to come into our ministry, because we're on site, we're on the cyber network, so we don't have a land point that we are saying this is where headquarters is. They used to say the North Pole was. Well, we're on the star of Bethlehem, and we're traveling the universe. We want to reach everything. So the only people that we have that really connect to that beautiful star, all people do, and for us, is the local parish priest. So we ask that all volunteers, once they fill out our form, connect to their parish priest, and then his blessings will open up the door to them getting the password to be able to start researching and getting involved in our program that we have on the website.
Father Cosma, one final question. Remind us how we can actually sign up for such a call.
St. Nicholas Tele-Santa.com. Go there, and immediately you'll see our website, and it's laid out very nicely, where you will just go to registering for a visit, parents visiting for. You'll click that, and there will be a form that you fill out, and immediately you will receive, as soon as you click on to register, you will receive a note from us telling you that we will be in touch with you very shortly. And within 2 days, one of our Tele-Santas, and mostly it will be our head Tele-Santa, will call you and set up the exact time and visit that you would like to have happen in your home. Because sometimes, Father, parents try to schedule this, and they have so many things going on. So we're trying to make it as convenient as possible to moms and dads to set it up, even between a basketball game or ballet practice or whatever. So we're trying to get it as convenient as we can for the parents, to make it something special for their 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old, and up, right? So we hope that we can get them at St. Nicholas Tele-Santa.com.
Father Cosma, to you and the executive committee and the board that you have, we say congratulations on what you're doing. Parents, they used to have to wait to go to the department store or to have Santa come down the chimney. And now with a click of a mouse, you can have him come into your house. So we encourage people to follow this program, to support the program. As Father said, it's free, and it's something that will bring joy, bringing together the Star of Bethlehem, Christ, Santa Claus, the spirit of giving during Christmas. Thank you, Father Guzman.
But Father, before we leave, can I mention one last thing to you? Because I want all your viewers to know that we're partnering, hopefully, in the very near future with OCN, because we are going to be developing a beautiful series of animated cartoons for the 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6-year-olds that we somehow have neglected over the past few years in our ministry outreach. But we're planning this wonderful outreach of animated series that, along with OCN, we're putting together, and I hope that all of you are going to be waiting for it and anticipating it in the 2024. That's our vision for 2024. So, Father, thank you again for allowing me to be here, but most of all, thank you for partnering with us, and I hope that you will. I know it will be a blessing to all of us.
God bless you, my brother, and the Blessed Nativity, and Merry Christmas to you.
And you and your family.
Thank you.
Ho, 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 everybody. Ho, ho, ho.